Hello everyone, Creative Fun here, back again with another video. And firstly I need to apologize for the lack of uploads and videos lately. Half a year ago I actually had another kid, and that is the sole reason why I haven't really had time to edit and upload these videos. Hopefully that will change as time moves forward, and well, obviously here's another video, so yay for that. So what you've obviously seen by the title, we are going to have a look at a little bit of special tactics that that we in Gustav Röd, when I was flying with Gustav Röd, we developed using this very quirky little missile called RB05A. So this is a Swedish made missile, and I believe probably most Viggen pilots have tried this once or twice and then not thought second time about it. It's a remote controlled missile, and it is actually not that incredibly useful in DCS in a modern battlefield. Now this missile was developed exclusively for the AJ37 combat program, and was only ever used with the AJ37 and the AJS37 Viggen. You actually control this with a joystick in the cockpit. Let me show you. So here is the joystick. This is what you use to control the missile, and you launch it and up it goes, and then you have to fly the aircraft at the same time as you look at this giant flare that this missile uses, and you try to guide it down to the target. Now this missile was notoriously difficult to be very accurate with. So the goal with this missile was essentially to be like a guided missile. You should be able to take out specific targets and be very accurate with it. And while you certainly can be accurate with a bit of practice, in reality, a Swedish Air Force pilot did not practice very much with this missile because it's very expensive to fire. They used a practice missile. I don't actually remember what it was called, but it simulated the RB05A. And they had to prove first that they could hit target consistently with that missile before they were even allowed to test fire this missile. But this was essentially a launch weapon for the Viggen. It was one of the first truly modern weapon systems that was attached to the Viggen alongside the RB04 anti-ship missile. So this weapon system was actually fairly quickly replaced by a TV guided missile, the now very famous AJM37 Maverick. Initially, the Swedish Air Force tried to develop a TV guided version of this missile, but eventually they decided on our AJM35 as a cheaper alternative. Now, using this missile as a runway strike weapon system might at first seem a little bit strange, since you obviously can carry bombs and Mavericks and whatnot on this aircraft. But it does have some significant advantages over the other weapon systems that the Viggen can carry. And we're going to have a look at why this weapon was our weapon of choice when we wanted to strike runways in DCS. Firstly, you can absolutely damage the runways, and if a runway is damaged, it will make it very difficult, if not impossible, to take off and land on it. And that's of course a very good feature. However, you require quite a heavy payload to damage a runway, and the bombs and rockets on the Viggen just simply aren't enough to cause enough damage accurately for it to be a viable option to use. In addition to that, actually bombing a runway is actually fairly difficult, especially with a rather older system like the Viggen. You can of course do dive bombing, but still it would never be super accurate, and you kind of need to be lined up perfectly with the runway to get a good spread over the runway and cause some serious damage. Conversely, the RB05, if practiced properly, you can essentially hit any place on the tarmac or the runway as you would like. And this has actually a very big warhead. I don't remember the exact numbers now, but this warhead it causes far more damage than a Maverick, and it does make a huge crater when you hit the runway, and that of course is very advantageous. In addition to that, if you are a flight of 3-4 Viggens, you can easily target all the key points on a taxiway and runway with these missiles. If you fly in a 4-ship or even a 2-ship, you can do some serious damage to one runway or an airbase and make it virtually inoperable for all of the flights trying to take off and land. So before we go up in the air and we actually attack a runway, let's just have a look at the key bindings for this missile. So essentially what you need here is the RB05 stick, pitch and yaw. And I use the same joystick I use the same controller I use for my radar stick, and just added a modifier to it. Now, as we start up here, I do want to talk a little bit about the weapon selector and the tack modes, so I don't have to do that when we are in the air. For the attack modes, you actually have 3 attack modes for this missile. It's actually capable of both sea, ground and air attack. So this is quite a versatile missile, or for its time it was fairly versatile, being able to attack all 3 types. So for the master modes, both nav and ANF is just fine. So as it attacks out the runway, I'll take this opportunity to thanks to everyone who subscribed to me. I can't believe I reached over 1,000 subscribers. That's amazing. Thank you so much. If you like this type of video and content, please press the like button to let me know. And if you have any questions, or if I'm blatantly wrong and you want to correct me, feel free to write a comment as well. I wouldn't mind if you consider subscribing to me also. Okay, so we're heading towards our target here at Batumi. I'm going to try to strike the runway here. And I have it set in nav mode now, so there shouldn't be any problems there. As I said before, the nav mode and ANF mode are essentially the same for this missile, no extra things. The only thing I usually do whenever I launch the missile is I point the aircraft at the location where I want the missile to hit, and then I go trigger on safe and fire, and off the missile will go. And we can see it here, and I can of course control it, turn it left and right. And the goal here is try to attack the edge of the runway without too much incident, so we can still view the missile there. And now we should be able to hit, direct hit, perfect. So that was just a very nice hit, right in the middle end of the runway, I would say, a good place. And as you can see, the crater is actually absolutely massive. It covers the entire runway, a big black spot. We're going to do another missile launch on the other side of the runway, and then I'm going to do a flyover and show you the damage. And off it go. We're going to see if we cannot do another nice hit here. It flew right along, so see if we can get it down on the ground there. It's a bit difficult to see now. I believe I might have missed the target. Boom, I missed a little bit. I think I was a little bit too late with a little bit too early actually firing the missile, because it was a little bit difficult for me to hit. Maybe I should have zoomed in a bit. But you can still see there that that's a massive crater, and we have another huge crater here. The entire area of this runway is black, so this is completely useless. As a final thing I want to do, I'm actually going to try to land on the damaged part and see how difficult it is to actually do that. Now with the Viggen, which is short takeoff and landing, I could of course easily just skip that part and land a bit further in, but for some aircrafts that is not an option, and it would have actually been very difficult. So we're coming down here, and we're going to see if we can touch down right before the damaged part and see how much that messes with our very nice Viggen here. A little bit too fast, but let's see here. That's good, that's good. And the touchdown. And as you can see, absolutely total carnage. So hopefully there's someone out there who finds this video useful and find the RB05, this quirky missile, funny and interesting to use, and that there is definitely some sort of use case for it in a modern combat scenario as well. And with that, I'd like to thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe and all those stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Creative fun checking out.